Hey guys, I'm Sonic Ghost.
Hey guys, Saxdude26 here.
Hey guys, Jared here.
Oh, I'm mad from SLP Adventures.
Welcome to Sonic Genesis.
Damn it!
Okay, let's start. We're LPing Sonic Next Gen. We've got this LP of Sonic Genesis going on. Does that mean someone's now going to go do Sonic Free Riders? I don't know. Just the trio of the least well-received Sonic games. Why don't we?
Well, I already recorded Sonic Riders.
Oh.
I don't see us doing free riders anytime
Free
soon.
Riders, aren't you?
If anyone gets a Connect, then maybe. And even then, just have that game anyway.
Player, we can't need this game.
So, yeah, I already did this game back when it was good.
Yeah, let's just talk about this ass of a ass. This is Genesis for the Game Boy Advance, a terribly butchered port of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Sega Genesis. Why do I say terribly butchered? The physics are whack, the game has tremendous slowdown, the screen crunch is horrendous, and the game itself just doesn't run at all like how the original Sega Genesis version did. The special features are speed up beyond belief.
And on top of all that, you
Okay. This game literally gives me a headache to play.
Dude, I had to actually take a couple of breaks and bring out a 9-inch TV just to finish recording this.
Where did you get a 9-inch TV
I
at?
had that TV for like 5-6 years.
Oh god.
You hooked up everything
my
to
God,
to just see everything.
Nobody doesn't get out of this game.
The only KSM we're getting. I'm not getting them
So
all.
many
This isn't work.
blithering zeros. Also,
Yeah, we need to get them
back-
all.
back to the whole butchered port thing. It is so butchered that it is not in fact a port. Apparently, Sega tried to recreate Sonic 1, coding, sprites, level design, and all from scratch using what remaining material they had left from the original code of Sonic the Hedgehog.
But the thing
And that
is,
resulted in kind of what happened when I tried to make Sonic 1 in Game Maker.
yeah, I was about
In
to say,
short,
the thing
the
is,
worst
butchered
idea
is-
ever.
They used a completely different game engine. They didn't use the classic game engine for this. They used the Sonic Advance engine. That's not
Yeah.
for this game at all, as you can plainly see.
While Sonic Advance 1 does have rather similar physics to the classic games, yet you can't apply something that has a good screen sprite and size ratio to something that's been crunched to the point that it might as well be the contents of a sandwich.
This game makes me puke. Then why did you get 10,000 before 100?
Well, that technically doesn't count, because that's probably, like, less than that because of the glitch in the game that never fixed on this port.
Well,
I only have one plus to give Sonic Genesis. One plus. That spike glitch they took out, where if you land on the spikes, you can get an instant kill from it because you don't have any frames of invincibility. Luckily, they fixed that here. You still have your invincibility frames. Problem is, that's the only good thing I ever have to say about this game. Now, here's the thing.
You listen to this music.
Yeah, here's the thing.
It's bullshit.
This was a lazy port. They could have done so much better. In fact, someone actually did on the Sonic Rescue unit. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog port made by a guy named Stealth, and it is an exact port of how this should have been. It
granted, it's not
plays
the full
almost
game, it's
exactly the
only
same
about...
Sega Genesis game, except the only difference between the two is the screen crunch still. But it kind of has to have it because it's a Game Boy Advance game.
That and
Besides
not
that, it
all
runs
of
exactly the same.
that and not all of the levels had actually been ported, simply because, well, they ran out of space, but they got all of Green Hill Zone and I think half of Labyrinth Zone in there, working perfectly. I think it just got to the point that they went, we're just showing that it's possible, we're not going to finish it, despite the fact that a lot of people want it. You want a working port that you can play on a handheld of Sonic 1? Get the Classic Collection!
Yeah, the Classic Collection is probably the best version of a handheld Sonic port to date.
do you want-
Granted,
Okay, folks, why
don't
do you
play it
want
on an emulator because I've already shown what happens when you do that.
Yeah, don't play a DSM.
So,
And here goes your physics out the window. You can go ahead and technically bounce on top of him.
Look at this! Eggman shouldn't be this easy!
Oh, just wait. He gets harder later on because of this gimmick.
You're so
You are going so slow.
That's not me, actually. That's the game slowdown. Watch my game clock. Look how slow that gets. Just wait until we get the Labyrinth Zone. That's gonna take a full part of, like, almost half an hour.
Yeah, it's
That's
going
a
so
big
slow that 1 second is becoming 3.
Exactly, and it
Not
gets
sure what to
worse
put
over
about
in
that.
Labyrinth. 1 second becomes 5 to 6.
Oh,
Terrible.
Oh my
blech.
god, the physics
Blech.
of this makes me want to throw up. Okay,
It's
everyone
awful.
gripes about Sonic 06 physics.
Yeah, yeah, for those of you who are wondering why I was in support of Sonic Next Gen, that, in my opinion, I will not put any lower than third worst. Because although Sonic Genesis is in fact Sonic 1, and thus you could easily just get a copy of Sonic 1 and play instead, I would still consider this the poorest excuse for a Sonic game ever released by Sega ever. The fact
Same.
that they released it means I have to count it, sorry.
Even though technically it's a port, because they pretty much almost worked this game from ground up, it can still count in my book as a
Yeah.
separate Sonic game, and it just feels terrible.
I mean, Sonic Classic Collection, that's an example of porting. Sonic Genesis, that's an example of going, hey, we did this a while back. Can we do this as well now, but barely trying and applying it to a different engine? Well, let's see! We'll release it as an anniversary game. That's a great idea, Bill. No.
Because here's the thing. The Game Boy Advance is as powerful, if not more powerful, than a Sega Genesis. So the excuse of this not being able to run on the console is not true. And when stuff like that happens, it kind of forces me to do this.
Sonic 4 says, get your butt into gear.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This game makes me want to just... It kills me! This is the game I grew up with, and they tarnished it! They frickin' tarnished it!
Evil!
Evil!
It is the evil port of the Sonic series.
That's pretty much
Did you see that? I didn't
I
see
would
it
rather-
coming!
I would rather spend a week looking for all the special rings in Sonic Advance 2 than play Sonic Genesis.
Same.
I would rather... Okay,
I'd
I
rather
nearly
go
said I
Wii
would
than
rather
play
play
this
Sonic
game.
Blast.
Exactly.
That's
You know-
probably...
I actually did go weed instead of playing this game for a while. I preferred that and had more fun doing that. And I didn't get a headache.
Wait, what?
I went and weeded it. That's why I took my break on. I enjoyed that more than this. I enjoyed physical labor to relaxing playing a fun video game.
jumping!
I would individually cut all the blades of grass in the garden with a pair of scissors. Then play...
No, get some nose hair
Oh my
trimmers.
golly
Yeah, actually,
golly.
better yet, nose hair trimmers.
Sonic Genesis, you are lucky that you're not Sonic Blast. That is the only possible way you could be any worse.
God, yeah.
That's the only possible way this game could be any worse.
Would you imagine how well Sonic Blast would have worked on this if Sega was that easy with Sonic Genesis? That game.
Oh god damn it!
No, actually,
Oh my
maybe
god,
they.
did you just die? What the hell killed you?
The fireball, because I couldn't see it in time, because of the screen crunch, and the spin dash launched me so far after I jumped.
Lester, maybe
I don't have momentum in the air.
maybe this wasn't made with the Sonic Advance engine. Maybe it was made with the Sonic Blast engine.
God, if
That would
true.
explain why physics and momentum are next to non-existent, and the spin dash just either propels you stupidly far forward or makes you do absolutely nothing.
Who needs physics in a video game, honestly?
True, you can
I
just
don't
stand on loops in Sonic 06. And then in this game, you can have momentum and then... Yeah,
Then
no.
Okay,
nothing!
first off, I want to say something.
You push it!
Okay, can I say something? Can I interject on that statement, Buster? The fact that Sonic 06 you could stand on top of a loopy-loop without falling down, you know, doesn't hinder the game. This does!
Exactly my next point. Well, physics in Sonic 06 are terrible too. They're laughably terrible. And,
Yes.
and for the most part, they won't affect how your game's being played. But in this game, when stuff like that happens, when you're clipping inside of a spring,
wedged
then you know the
inside
physics
the-
are out of whack.
Get wedged inside the coil of a spring. Why?
Oh my
Cause,
god, I'm so thankful I didn't pick this game up whenever it first came out. I was really contemplating it.
You're not the only one. I'm glad I picked up a handful of DS games compared to this.
I like
Because
the
I saw
DS.
this in a store.
Look at that, you got lunch through the freaking thingy. This
I'm glad
game,
it got Sonic Advance 1.
this game makes me cry on the inside. This is what I consider the worst Sonic game. I don't care what people say about Sonic 6. This is 10 times worse.
Yeah, I agree with you on that statement. In fact, I'm never touching this game again. If I ever did, it might be for a possible joke Let's Play for my channel. But even then, I don't know if I can even put myself to the torture again.
Or to pry it open and use the internal battery for something else. Something useful.
I understand.
Pokemon Ruby's not working? Okay, Sonic Genesis. Whoop! All done. Good as.
Okay, I understand people's gripes saying, you know, Sonic 06 is a completely new game that they really fudged up. But this is unexcusable.
Okay, here's how I view it. If you count Sonic Genesis, then I can probably say this is the worst one, because I get headaches from this, I don't have fun playing it, and there's too many glitches that just ruin the experience for me, and the physics are just terrible. If you can't count this game because it's a port, then I say Sonic Labyrinth, because I just hate that game too.
Actually, well, Sonic Labyrinth, the slowdown and the slow speed of it all, it makes sense because of the way the game's plot's meant to be going.
It
So
makes
I
sense, but
would
a Sonic
actually
game with no speed is like trying to play a Mario game with no jumping.
yes, but I'm kind of okay with it because it's the whole idea of the game's plot. Sonic Blast, on the other hand, that has absolutely no reason to be so fudged.
I kind of
up
feel the
and
same
down.
way. Too.
Slow down. You
It's
really
still
just speed
possible
that
to get
up.
all these 1,000 points, yes.
Okay, did you speed that up, though?
I'm doing nothing to this footage. The only time I speed it up is if I die and have to make it all the way back to this one location on the stage. That's the only time I'm altering this footage.
That's not right.
Oh, and for those wondering, I think this will probably be the last horrible Sonic game we look at. Because, quite frankly,
Somebody
well,
made that game, apparently. I find it to be decent.
Lester does what I do. He's
exactly,
doing
that's the thing. So, Shadow the Hedgehog, it keeps to the regular formula, and it's not that bad. Games like Sonic Free Riders, Sonic Blast, this, just you went upside down under the spike chandelier. I don't even.
Don't even worry about it. All you gotta say. Just don't worry
Alright,
about
so
it.
I'm gonna put this right. I'm gonna be the one reporting Shadow the Hedgehog, and frankly, I like it.
I mean,
don't-
if you weren't doing it, I know I probably would have to, and I wouldn't mind it as much, but it's just a pain to try to make a Let's Play of. It's a pain to make a Let's Play of.
But
Because of all the different parts, that's the
I
only real
I don't mind Shadow. And honestly, the only thing that gripes me about Shadow is the story, and like Clement said, I don't mind the story if the gameplay is okay.
The fact you have to go through the game 10 times.
When if I do
But
my
aside from that,
I'm just gonna cheat
it
the
could
system
be
to stop
significantly
time.
worse.
I'm gonna
No,
cheat the
it's-
system because you know why? I have 2 GameCube memory cards. I'm just gonna
You
count the phone. What
cheater.
the heck?
Huh? What? That?
It wasn't even
What?
gonna get crushed.
My God! What the fuck?
Just start the game. You're making Matt so angry he's lagging.
Wow, we reached a whole new low here then. If we somehow made his computer lag just because this game being terrible, oh my god, then we're
That'd be friggin'
just a
awesome.
new thing
It's
possible.
like your nose got stuck
I have
between
reached
the
this
pillows
recording.
and then all of a sudden, kabonk.
I said, guess who's gonna have to start over his
Yes,
research?
yes, we heard you. You're restarting after this. We don't care.
Freaking! I just this motherfucking game.
Can you tell that Matt's angry?
No.
He's peachy.
He's just watching this. Wait, stop playing.
You know what, Matt? If we actually do meet up over the summer, I'm bringing you this game. You're gonna beat it in one sitting.
Yes, with a hammer.
The Chaos Emeralds.
Down and beat it with a hammer. He's beating it in one sitting.
I'll beat it one
With
thing.
Wait,
I'll beat your
you're not getting up the Chaos Emeralds. That doesn't count.
Shh. Shh.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm calm down.
Because I'm not actually playing this on the official cartridge, so you wouldn't be able to do that. This is off of the, Visual Boy Advance emulator on the Wii. I just have to put a Game Boy player background.
Oh my god, how
see that?
well, that was there.
Yeah, but I'm playing this off of the Wii's Visual Boy Advance emulator.
Wait.
No buts.
If you were playing this on the Visual Boy Advance emulator, how the hell is there a Game Boy player thingy?
Because I put that in. I don't want to stretch this game.
Video editing.
This game looks too atrocious now. So I have to put a Game Boy player background in. This is what I'll do for all the games that I have to record from a Visual Boy Advance emulator perspective. I'm not going to stretch them out. It looks terrible if I do.
Oh god, don't die.
I wouldn't ever go and own this original cartridge, no way. It's not worth it. Oh, come on!
No!
Oh, I guess
And
I have to
speak
do.
up. Anyway.
Because I got no checkpoints, I gotta do that all over again.
I could have sworn there was a checkpoint somewhere.
I
Oh no,
did
you
one.
took a shortcut, so you skipped it. That's
Yeah, because
right.
I'm in a
Because
shortcut.
it's
I
down
skipped the check.
there, yeah. It's
I
down
need
in
the shortcut,
around.
the extra life, and because it's too much of a hassle.
And guess what? You still got hit by a spike.
I get hit by everything, and I fall down too.
Yeah.
My god, okay, folks, I'll just put it this way. Lester is not bad at Sonic games.
No, I'm actually.
This is the
It's
game,
from the classic.
doing this to him. I'm gonna say that right now. This is not his fault.
Yeah,
This
like
is it.
Guess what? I'm not gonna even bother with the fast forward. You saw me go through it times already. I'm not gonna do it again. And that's where my checkpoint is too, right next to the boss.
God.
And
Why
because
would
I don't pay rings here, this is gonna be a fun time. Especially when that happens.
Oh my
What
god.
is the point of that?
Yeah, as you can just watch this.
Okay. Did the what? Okay. Did the checkpoint make a noise when you reloaded?
Yes, it does. The checkpoints make noise as soon as you reload from death.
Why?
I don't even know.
Okay. Remember when I was saying the making the game in Game Maker type thing? That's the kind of unavoidable glitch you get when that kind of thing happens.
Yeah, so it sounds like Sega actually used a fan-made game engine.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna say this right now, but Lester, when you were speed dashing over to the boss area, did you see that the bottom was not even finished?
Exactly!
What the hell, game?
We made it through part 1.
So,
Bad
since
news?
when did the
There's 4 more parts.
since when did
That's
egg
gonna happen,
capsule
folks.
since when did the egg capsule turn into a flicky machine gun?
Good question.
Always.
This game doesn't have any life. We've already
They
seen that.
gently fly out, not shoot at the speed of sound with a long stream as if someone threw a Vulcan
Yeah.
cannon at
I'll save the rage for the next part, because we're gonna need to save for this for the next 4 parts.